bring us two absolute martinis. You know how I like them, straight up. And then precisely 7.5 minutes after that, you're gonna bring us two more. Then two more after that every 5 minutes until one of us passes the fuck out.
It's up to each and every one of you, my highly trained Stratonites, my killers who will not take no for an answer. My fucking warriors will not hang up the phone until their client either buys or fucking
Welcome to the Talking the Line podcast, presented to you by Talking the Line Sports Media, giving you our best insights and analysis so you can rake in some cold hard cash on your next sports bet. Now sit on back, open up your mind, and let's cash some tickets. We can't thank you enough for joining us. We hope you enjoy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers. Maybe fans of the NFL Shield faked him out. Fantasy football players got him today. Far and wide. Welcome in to episode number 145 of the Talking the Line podcast on this beautiful Wednesday of bets, also known as the start of the NHL hockey season. Go Hawks, captain, my captain, back ready to rock and roll on the ice. We will talk plenty about that today. We might just even have some NHL best bets to discuss as well, on top of the loaded, also known as Wednesday next week ahead NFL breakdown, also known as October the 13th, 2021. Now, I can't thank you enough for stopping by. Can't tell you how much we appreciate it. We got loads to discuss and talk about today. But before we do all of that, my friends, please take a few moments to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you are currently listening or watching, ingesting the TTL pod on. If you are watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell over there as well, so you never miss the start of any live show or additional content dropping, like the Wise Words podcast today at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, episode number 6. But if you are listening to the pod on your favorite directory, make sure you hit that subscribe button there, as well as we do release the audio of every show after the live episode is complete. Next item up on the docket, if you could be so kind, you can find it in your heart. You got a couple extra seconds to do so. After you get done smashing that aforementioned subscribe button, hit that like button. Leave us a comment, leave us a rating, jump on over yonder in the live chat if you are watching live. Hey, maybe even hit that share button. Send it on over there to your brothers, friends, sisters, uncles, neighbors, cousins, enemies, anybody you so well please. Maybe somebody who lives on the other side of the map from where you're located. It doesn't matter. The TTL pod and crew are for all. The first time better to the Daily Degenerate, and we can't tell you how much we appreciate it when you do. And it only helps us make TTL Sports Media bigger and better for each and every one of you. Last, certainly not least, head on over to this episode's description where you will locate the Talking the Line link tree. Within that link tree, you will find the talkingtheline.com website, all of the TTL Crew's social platforms, and our additional content, so you can consume all of that jazz however and whenever you please. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful gambling people, NHL fans, NFL fans, everybody in between, I am your humbled, honored, grateful, and more than thrilled that it's time to do that hockey host, Colt 45, Captain Colt Soroka. I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me and my partner on this gorgeous Wednesday. I'm telling you, the vibes are flowing like the black elixir of the gods does here on the TTL pod. We will get to all of that, but I have failed to do one critical duty as the host of this here show, as the intro needs to be completed. That one critical duty is bringing in the man that sits to my left on these shows. I have mentioned crew, us, we, everything in between far too many times without acknowledging his presence. So without further ado, let me bring him on in. The man, the myth, the degenerate gambling legend, heavy-hearted Southsider on this Wednesday morning after they got bounced out of there like a brand new Spalding basketball, but also cheesehead hopeful for what is to come. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome him in. Mr. Riley, RMags Magnuson. Partner, how you doing over there today, pal?
My man, as you mentioned, heavy-hearted for my Southsiders. All things considered, I am doing well. Tough loss, my man. It came and went a lot faster than I had anticipated, and that's part of my biggest heartbreak here. But as far as, as where this ranks, as far as my heartbreaks of all my teams, I don't know that it's not quite up there, and that's nothing against my fan for the Sox. It's more so, A, the losses weren't exactly heartbreaking, but B, this next decade of what I imagine to be White Sox baseball is basically, I envision it the golden era of White Sox baseball, and this is just the beginning. So,
all right, so
you can hear the sadness in my voice, but I've suffered worse.
Sure, but you're definitely looking forward to the future.
I am, sure.
All right. Well,
and the final thing, I got to get myself out
cleanse
here.
your soul. Last time we're talking about the Sox for a while.
Yeah, and so you'll all hear me stop. Soxtober is dead for now. Soxtober 2022. But the biggest thing is it's just like, oh, okay, well, the future's bright, but it's it's a year until I get playoff baseball again, and that seems like a long ass time away. It's 6 months until we get the season back. That seems like a long time away. That's most of the heartbreak. It's like. I'm optimistic for next year, but I got to wait around for another year. But hey, I've got my Packers still going. We've got a big game this week, so that definitely helps things as well.
See, I had July through October to have all of these feelings you're going through right now, so I feel you,
You're
buddy.
beyond
I
it.
know where you're at. But speaking of looking into the future, tonight, pop in your nitroglycerin pills now. 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Our Black Hawks go on over to the beautiful city of Denver, Colorado to play them their Avs. And I believe that we got more than a shot in hell to come out back home with a nice W. So, hey, if you're wanting some hockey picks, because we love to do that hockey, and if you followed me last year, we got hot at the beginning of the year. Gonna stay hot all the way through the year. I'm aiming to do that same here thing. I apologize if you followed the Kraken with me yesterday. Son of a bitch, I thought they had it, but we're gonna talk a little hockey later on in the show. Have a little parlay, a little something to give out to you guys, whatnot. But outside of that, before we get into what's up on today's show, nice action last night. Actually, the Sunbelt action between ULL and App State. Garbage last night.
Funbelt
41-13.
wasn't so fun.
I kind of envisioned that's how the game would go, but then I thought App State was going to scrap back in, make it 48-41 victory. That's kind of where I was seeing things, but obviously not how it shook out there. The Penguins beat the two-time defending champs,
Sure did.
Tampa Bay Bolts. How about that action? Didn't play, speaking of action, anything on that game. Wish I would have. I wish I would have taken both dogs. You did.
Sprinkle a little both dogs action. Got a little money on those.
Hey, very well, very well. Outside of that, the Dodgers forced Game 5 going back to San Francisco. I personally hope that the Giants get it. If you guys have followed along with me, not just because I'm tired of seeing the Dodgers in
That's mainly
in
why
the
it is for
playoffs,
me.
but
That's mainly it
if
for
you followed
me.
along with us, the Giants are my second favorite team. They're my homer team in the NL to follow along with when my Cubbies get bounced every year. So pretty damn cool to see them now actually in the playoffs too when my Cubbies are out. So fucking dope. Can't wait for that. Outside of that, Houston moves on. Red Sox move on. Sorry, partner. That's the last time I'll bring it up. Outside of that, nothing all too major. So let's get fucking into it here, pal.
Let's do it.
We got obviously Thursday's show. We'll talk about all this at the end of today's show, announcements, updates, everything like that. But we got Thursday's show for Thursday Night Football and then some of the college games. Don't know if we're going to dive into college at all on Thursday, but we will dive into Tampa Bay and Philadelphia. So we won't dive into that as deep today, but up on tap, the entire Week 6 NFL season preview. What did I just say? Week 6?
Week 6, man.
Are you kidding me?
Cruising along.
It's already, I can't even, we got to reel it in. We absolutely raked through the first 3 weeks. Week 4 was a positive week, but a bit of a wheel spinner. And then week 5 was just down in the dumps. So like I said, if we can go 5-week cycles, I'm not too opposed to doing that. So I think we'll get back on the horse here in week 6. We got loads to talk about. We're going to go game by game. The Thursday night game we'll briefly touch on because that's all of Thursday's show, as you know. And then we'll go every game on the Sunday slate, talk a little Sunday night foosball as well, and Monday night foosball, but not too in-depth because, we also have Monday's special show as well. So, without further ado, my friends, if you came for, as my legs are tied up underneath the desk, we need a bigger desk. Hey, anybody who wants to invest in us, we need an office. We need a
big
bigger
old desk.
We need a big space, more better chairs, better office. Hey, we're just growing every single day. Anybody wants to invest in a podcast? Here we are. Hello. Loud we speak. But all that for now. If you want more banter, you want more nonsense, you need a little inspiration, motivation, get you through this here Wednesday. Stick around through the end of the show. But for now, cut all the nonsense, stop all the drama, quit all the banter that you could go to every other sports media outlet and get. You come for the stone cold knowledge and insights from the TTL crew that you ain't gonna find anywhere else, and going game by game that I don't know any other show on the market that does so the way we do. So, without further ado, let's get into it, my friends. The entire NFL Week 6 gambling preview. First things first, partner. As always, oh, my guy, plus 1.5. Absolutely love it. I ended up taking him on the money line, but he ended up taking him plus
Went
1.5.
safe. There you go.
Absolutely
There
love
you
it.
go.
But, all right, here is the drill. First things first, Black Elixir of the Gods, up on tap. To you, to me. You know, this still just shocks the fuck out of me. And for how much it shocks the fuck out of me, because 6 months ago, we would not have been doing this, my friend. Matter of fact, we were not, because you would not have touched this shit with a 10-foot pole.
No, sir.
It is caffeine central, baby.
I'm about to get I'm about to be a connoisseur over here, dude.
You're telling me.
I didn't just dip my toes in, and then somebody
Who
pushed
you
me
telling?
all over.
I'm telling you, man. He has dove into the 15-foot end. I will tell you that. All right.
It's like you and my girlfriend, like, pick me up by both arms and toss me 10 foot deep.
Hey, yeah, he was trying to come over here, drink some coffee with cream, and I said, pal,
Well, I still got that going.
we are going thick. But sometimes he's still
weaning
does
myself
anyway.
back, though.
He is weaning, but hey, it's all right. We're getting there. I like it like sludge, you know what I'm saying? But into the Week 6 season preview, partner, if you would be so kind as to indulge all of us, kick it off just briefly with the first game up on tap, my friend. Thursday Night Football. Ooh, actually, before you do, then I'll kick it over to you. The key trends. Wanted to mention the trends because we didn't mention them yesterday.
Sure.
And I'll kick it over to
like
you.
major league trends, basically.
Yeah, for you for Tampa Bay and Philadelphia. So, against the spread, home teams, away teams actually hold the advantage against the number 45 and 35. Dogs still hold the advantage against the number 2, 45 and 35 as well, ATS. And then as far as home away dogs and favorite splits, away dogs hold the advantage at 30 and 20 ATS. And then home dogs really do not matter. It's 15 and 15. So obviously home favorites 20 and 30 ATS, but home dog away favorite doesn't really matter. It's 15 and 15. It hasn't really mattered from week to week. So don't look too deep into that. It's really weird that home dogs aren't necessarily taking care of business as much as they should. Now, straight up, home dogs are 10 and 19 straight up. So they're really not taking care of business. So
interesting.
It's interesting that as much as you would think home field advantage would be with when they're a dog, it's like, damn, you got to take a home pup. Not necessarily.
I have to imagine the home dog numbers will improve a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be kind of how you're alluding to. I don't think it's anything where it's like, oh, this team's a home dog, we got to smash it in. I don't think it's going to be like that. So kind of continuing, but I think they will improve on that number at least.
Yeah. So those are baseline trends, everything you kind of need to know. As far as over-unders, it's still been an under year, my friends.
Yeah.
All games in total, 42 and 30 to the under in non-overtime games, including overtime games. All overtime games 7-1 to the over. All games in total 43 and 37 to the under on the 2021 regular season. I digress. I pass the torch, partner. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Philadelphia Eagles. The game line is set at -7. The Buccaneers are laying a touchdown and total at 52.5, down from 53 at open. What are you feeling, my man? Let's go.
Alrighty. So we'll obviously talk more in depth tomorrow, but partner, call me crazy if I'm interested in the damn Philadelphia Eagles as the aforementioned home dog here.
I was hoping you would be able to call me crazy.
Oh, man. Well, so we've got some indicators indicating that the Eagles might be the play here. The money split. 75% of public bets are on the Buccaneers, but the majority of the money is on the Philadelphia Eagles spread at 53%. And that line has been sticking right at 7 all week long. So I don't know for sure. We'll obviously talk more in depth tomorrow, but one thing I will say, the Bucs 1-4 ATS last 5 as a road favorite. 1-7 ATS last 8 on Thursday games. The Eagles 5-2 last 7 as a home dog ATS, and 5-1 ATS last 6 on Thursday.
Most books have held tight at 7. There are a few books on the market. I respect the opinion of their risk analysts and their bookmakers.
Yep.
A few has dropped this down to 6.5.
Okay.
My friend.
Okay.
Bet Rivers has dropped it down to 6.5. DraftKings has dropped it down to 6.5. And our good friends at PointsBet have also dropped it down to 6.5. So, hey, ho, what do you know?
Mr. Tom Brady says he's fine, but he's got a little bit of a thumb issue.
It's a little
something.
something. People are talking about that a lot more than I think that or not people are talking about it a lot more. I think people should take more stock in that.
100%. And I think the only thing that's really holding me back, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, might be the same for you, is that we ain't all too comfortable trusting the Eagles.
Fuck no.
In almost any spot.
Hell no. I don't need any part of it.
Right.
I really don't, because number one, I don't know what Jalen Hurts is. I don't know if he's going to have an all-star roll tide day, or if we're going to throw 5 picks or have 2 of 27 completion. I just don't know if that's what we'll get. I don't know if Sirianni really is that guy to be the head coach. I don't know if that's the deal too. I have no idea. I don't know what that defense is. I don't know if they're going to be good week to week. I don't know. There's still, and to try and back a team in the 6th week of the season, you still have so many questions on them. It's pretty doggone scary, but call me crazy too. I like the freaking Eagles in that spot.
100%.
And, Tampa Bay's still dealing with a little bit of injury, a little bit of something. So we'll talk about it more in depth tomorrow, wherever we're officially leaning once we do some more analysis.
Good starting point, though.
Good starting point.
And
I'm actually thinking that maybe that over 52.5 has some value, even though it did lose the hook in the wrong direction. 51, 52 has been pretty doggone valuable.
Could be some weather we're not factoring in
as well. In Philly, something to think about.
Maybe a little windy.
Yeah,
Looks
something to think about.
Maybe not.
Yeah, most definitely.
Action says
Rome,
no.
if you weren't in, you didn't see. Hell yeah. I ended up taking the money line, so son of a bitch, but glad you took the +1.5. I thought they were going to battle all the way back. I do think they're going to be a valuable-ass NHL team to bet on. We'll talk about that later on, but holy cow, I think the books are going to way overprice them, and I think we can cash some tickets more often than not on them. So we'll come back to that. We'll loop around back to that at the end of the show, because let's do that hockey. It's officially that day. Hockey. Next game up on tap, my man. We are going to Sunday slate now. We are starting things off early again in the old London, England. And you know what's the funniest thing on the planet is that so many people have, now that the England games are here, so many people have tried to do London imitations, and it's the best thing on the fucking planet. And I mean, we were talking about people doing imitations. Just some of these imitations are really, really, really bad.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong, but I like to think we have some decent ones. But
so with all that being said, my friends, I do not have a bad fucking British imitation.
Okay.
So, if you would be so kind for us here, partner, we have the Miami Dolphins going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I do believe that the Dolphins have one hell of a shot and opportunity as a 3.5-point favorite in the beautiful, God save the Queen, land of England.
Is that what they say?
The land of yes, England.
Okay.
So, if you would, you smart ass, please.
It's kind of a serious question. Do they say in Eng?
I don't
think so. I don't think so.
Would you please let us know where your thoughts lie on this game?
I believe I said it yesterday. I feel like, and I'm kind of contradicting myself in my brain. I feel like I have to just see myself outside of these London games altogether, especially these two teams, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if the because it's okay, the Dolphins, we think the offense is terrible. How does their offense travel 6 hours across the pond to England? I don't know. But at the same time, the Jags are going to fucking jag. And I do believe that we have to seat ourselves so far out of this. And in my head, it's take the Jags, take the Jags. But no, I need to seat myself out of this and, watch this game from a hopefully some laughable stuff happens perspective and not wager my money on it. So I'm going to seat myself out of these London games for now until we might have a couple teams that are a little more predictable here. And I'm gonna go with a hard no thank you on this one.
Yeah, I do believe I'm going to go ahead and agree with you as well. I was trying to find what stadium they're actually playing at.
I think it's Tottenham again. I checked yesterday.
Old Tottenham Stadium.
Did I say Tottenham?
Tottenham, the old Tottenham, Midwestern Tottenham. Tottenham. I actually was a pretty fucking sick ass venue. I liked it. It was fun to watch. It's fun to get up at 8:30 in the morning, have your main TV rocking that game, and then your side TV, you got your fantasy, whatever
100%.
going on in the morning too. Daily wagers. Shout out Doug Zarian. All the guys on that show fucking
Yeah.
love Daily Wager. Shout out Preston Johnson, used to be on Daily Wager. We got him on Wise Words. Check that episode out too. We ain't talking about that. Quick, get me into rabbit holes, damn it. Next game.
Just sitting here, guy.
I didn't really give a whole lot of opinion there. I think still the Jags gonna jag. I don't really care to talk about it all too much either because I don't know what the Dolphins are either.
I can't watch that Dolphins offense again.
No, I think it's gonna be a stink
Can't do it.
fest.
And Tua might be back, but we said and that probably helps them a little bit, but not into any confidence.
Yeah,
Like,
and the problem is too, Rome, is that Dolphins minus 3.5 looks good as well to me too, and that's what scares me the most. Because the moment that I decide to fade the Jaguars is the moment that the Jags are no longer going to jag, and I'm going to look like a Jag myself with my pants down because I decided not to back them in the one opportunity I should have. But that being said, I will not be backing the Jaguars because I can't get beat over the head again. That being said, I do not have any faith in the Dolphins to cover that number either.
honestly, the factor for me that keeps me on the side the most is that these London games, at least one of the teams doesn't show up to the game, and for me, it's a hard no. Go ahead.
Straight out of the team you are just came out of your mouth, my friend. The Miami Dolphins head coach, B-Flow, Brian Flores, has announced Tua Tagovailoa will practice today for the first time since taking that rib shot.
Nice.
Rib injury, broken ribs. He is ready to rock and roll. So will he start on Sunday?
Probably.
Quite a possibility of it. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Very good point there, Rome, as well. I know we were talking maybe he gets lost in New Amsterdam. Maybe he gets a private jet. I don't know what the fuck's actually going to happen. I digress. I think the minus 3.5 has good value if you're just aching to have something at 8:30 in the morning, 9:30 Eastern, wherever you're at, wherever you're located, wherever you're watching. But I'm gonna stay away for the time being. I'm not gonna say anything right now. Oh, he's got it locked. All right, there he goes.
Godspeed,
pal. Next game up on tap, we got the Minnesota Vikings going up against the Carolina Panthers. Man, with the line movement, the line flip. Originally, I leaned Minnesota +1. Now it's flipped to Panthers +1. In a pick-em in a toss-up, I always like to lean to the side of the dog. Oh, after getting burned last week by Minnesota, 2 weeks ago by Minnesota, and then they wanted to let the game go against the Detroit Lions, and the Carolina Panthers under Matt Rule being in a really serious spot to want to get a fucking win and stop having everybody talk shit about them, and CMC probably coming back. I'm starting to lean to the side of the Panthers. What are you feeling?
I'm still on the fence in this one. I was liking the Vikings, but kind of what you just said, and I am a big Matt Rule fan, has me more on the fence, and it's hard to believe that I might be on the fence in this one because I do like the Vikings. But then I look at a few trends here. Vikings 1-4 ATS last 5 road games, 0-4 ATS last 4 following a straight up win, 0-7 ATS last 7 as a favorite. Panthers don't have great ones. The one they do have is 9-3 ATS last 12 as a dog, but I think the way they've started, that might be in the past now because they're not quite the same underestimated team.
Right.
7-6 ATS versus a team with a losing record. 4-10-1 ATS last 15 home games. So tough one, man. This is a tough one. It's a tougher one than I thought. I thought the Panthers might be in a fade spot, but I think it might actually be more close to a toss-up.
I just, you know what really keeps getting me, and yeah, it blows my mind. CMC might be back, and how the hell are the Panthers at home? What really keeps getting me is that everybody keeps generating this storyline of, oh, the Panthers defense got so exposed by Dallas. Like, they had to deviate big time from a game plan due to injuries, and they only lost by fucking 8 points.
Right.
And I think Sam Darnold just made some bonehead plays last week, and
Kirk Cousins isn't Dak Prescott is what I'll say right now. Also.
It was Carolina Panthers and Eagles games are always like that. Like, it's just how they are. You know, as stupid as that sounds, like, they're always goofy. They always finish weird.
21-18.
Yeah,
right?
it's weird how they are. Whatever. If you're giving me a pick 'em, I know I've been all over the Vikes, but the Vikes are starting to rear their ugly head. I'm not locking anything in yet, but I think the Panthers wake up under Matt Rule, especially if CMC's back. That just brings a whole extra fucking It's like an onion, donkey, you know? It's like peeling off
Sure.
layers. Like, it just adds another, as we talk about Shrek almost
The more
every
I
day.
talk about it, I'm closer to a toss-up, and it's making me want to stay away. But I don't know, man.
I know. I think with the home dog, it's got some value. So you might see us talking about that on Fridays as one of our best bets of the weekend. I don't know. Per covers right now, 61% of sharp money guys are on the Panthers, with 39% of those guys being on the Vikes. Next game up on tap. Oh boy, here we go. Get ready to throw some blades. Get on the elbow pads. Watch out. I forgot my mouthpiece. We got the Green Bay Packers. Fuck you versus the Chicago Bear Down Bears. I don't mean it. You know I love you. You know it's just our good rivalry. Dude, kind of fucking wild. From like a betting perspective and also from us as a fan perspective. So you guys 4-1 straight up, 4-1 ATS, 2-0 on the road straight up and ATS.
Right.
We're 3-2, 3-2 straight up ATS, 2-0 ATS at home, 2-0 straight up.
Yeah.
So that's number one. Number two, you can't deny 4.5 have been just like, that is the fucking number for underdogs. Like, sometimes it is that 2.5, you run to it. We're learning more and more that sometimes that's you got to be a little bit tentative with that 2.5. Like this past weekend with the Browns and the Chargers. Chargers eking that one out.
Right.
I probably won't lock it in because I didn't lock it in, and I was talking this shit last week about 4.5, 5.5 point underdogs, bruh. That's where I like the Bears at. I mean, I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I look at Green Bay. I look at what they got going on. I still think the defense is going to have a little bit of flaws. I don't know that they're going to get to Justin Fields as easy as they got to Joe Burrow.
Sure.
I think that Cincinnati's offensive line, that was just like, that's their MO. Like,
Sure.
they can't stop a leak in a boat sinking in the ocean. So, I think it's actually going to be kind of a back and forth, like, because of how our defense is ratcheted up, that will kind of give A-Rod some troubles, a little bit of this and that, and also MVS, the lack of some things in some areas. We're good against the rush, so that makes me happy. But then I think as all the question marks we still have offensively being Bears, I don't know that it's enough to overcome the defensive question marks you guys with getting still just a little bit healthier. So I think we cancel each other out and we see a fucking classic like Bears 10-7 and you guys fucking eke it out by a field goal, and the 4.5 might be perfect.
Okay.
Call me crazy, but it's kind of what I'm thinking.
So it's a different tune than I was singing last week. I am like supremely confident that the Packers will win this game.
Yeah.
I'm more confident than I was last week. I wasn't confident at all that they would cover the spread last week, and they ended up pushing it out, or at least where you caught it at. Mm-hmm. I am more confident that they can take care of this number here. As far as what you said about the Bears defense, I think would be how the Bears keep it close and put pressure on Rodgers, this and that. I'm not talking about the future. I'm talking about right now, this game. As far as the way it matched up against our defense, I'm not really scared at all of the Bears' offense and Justin Fields right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The type of offenses that I'm scared of for my defense are the quarterbacks that can just pass all over us, and Justin Fields hasn't quite shown that. I mean, maybe he'll run all over us. I don't know, but I feel I'm probably, I don't know if I'll give it out as a best bet, but I will most definitely be locking in the Packers on the spread. Don't know if it'll be a best bet, but I do feel pretty damn good about it, if I'm being honest. One trend I do, and this is not spread talk here, we talked about a couple ref trends last week.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Rodgers, 5-0 to the over, cashed in on another over this past week to get him to 5-0. He is in the game as the head ref for this contest here. 24-7 over in 31 career games. So this guy is an over referee. That might be worth a look, although the other ref trend is more, I like that one a little more than this one. Over under is 45, so that might actually, I don't hate that number for an over, but yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not quite all shoot. I could see like a 21-17, and maybe if it's 4, it might push. I don't know.
I honestly think it's gonna sit right at 4.5.
24-20. I don't know.
It's gonna sit right at 4.5. It's gonna go back and forth, and I really think it's going to be, because of what both teams have done offensively over the course of the last few games. Motherfucker, I'm a Bears fan. You're a Packers fan. You know how these fucking games go. It's going to be 10-7. It's going to be 13-11. Like, it's going to be something stupid like that. That's how the opening season games always are. It never makes any sense. Just like how it didn't make any sense that the Bengals were 3-point underdogs to them last week at home. I mean, right now, the Packers also getting 73% of bets, 74% of money on the -4.5. So it is the public side, but public had a pretty damn good weekend last week.
Well,
so
so
how
far,
much can you buy into that?
Right. I think the books are still trying to figure out how they want to price the Packers because the Packers have been eating their money up all season long so far, at least following week 1.
And I think they're banking on that classic week 1 Bears pack. We don't really know each other that well yet. It's going to be a defensive little blood ball type of game.
We'll see.
I don't know. It's kind of where I'm leaning.
But like I said, I feel very, very confident that the Packers
I think you
will win.
fucking win. Yeah, I think you win. As a gambling fan, I think you win. But I would probably take the +4.5.
Okay.
Just because Rose and the Packers haven't flubbed up yet. They haven't, but minus the Saints, they still got room for another one here or there.
Okay.
And maybe not a loss, but maybe just an ATS loss. I don't know. Okay. Enough here or there. We'll talk about that plenty more the rest of this week. Next game up on tap, Houston Texans and for the shoe, Indianapolis Colts. Colts laying 9.5 points at home. Welcoming in the Texans. The Texans almost walk off Billy B and the Pats last week in Houston. Billy squeaks it out 25-22. I don't necessarily know that a 3-2 ATS, 1-4 straight up Indianapolis Colts team deserves to be laying a touchdown plus a field goal, plus almost a field goal against a very sneaky Texans team.
Yeah.
And we keep talking shit about Davis Mills, but he's slowly but surely looking like an NFL quarterback out there. What do you think about this game?
I feel like I have to seat myself on the side of this one. I still don't want any part of Davis Mills, if I'm being honest with you. And like you said, a 1-4 team laying 9.5. No, thank you. I am seating myself out of this one. I don't even want to think about it too much more. Texans 5-2 ATS last 7 as an underdog. Colts 2-7 ATS last 9 home games versus a team with a losing record. So I don't know. I maybe if we see some interesting line movement like we did with the Patriots and Texans, maybe. Maybe.
It's a maybe with
hard
all capital MAYB and E.
Aside from that, no thank you. Get me out of this one.
Yeah, I think I'm sitting on the sidelines as well. I do not.
I don't even want to watch this game. Like
the Colts don't deserve to lay 9.5, but at the same time, at some point,
the Texans deserve to be less than double digits. I guess that's
and how much can you buy into? Oh shit, they covered that spread last week. Now they're right at the same exact spread too. And it's just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, so no thank you.
Maybe sit on the sidelines. Maybe relax on this one for the TTL crew. Next one up on tap. Los Angeles Rams at the New York Giants. Game is in New York.
Yeah. I think it's still questionable if Danny Dimes is in or not.
Okay, so this makes this a little bit more intriguing, but not necessarily as much. The Rams, one of the bigger spreads we've seen so far this season, laying 10.5 on the road. Touchdown field goal plus a hook. Get me the fuck out of there. I've loved the Rams. I don't know that I can trust the Giants all at home as a 10.5 point dog. I know I could with Danny Dimes on the road, and then he got hurt, and it all went to shit. I'm not touching the Giants, not without Saquon, not without Danny Dimes. I don't give a shit what any of those receivers are going to do. You're not going to put enough weapons around Mike Glennon in order for him to look any type of good. I apologize, Mike. I'm sure you're a great fucking fella, but it just ain't going to happen. So get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, So as far if it's Mike Glennon, no, thank you. I do not want to bet on a team with Mike Glennon at quarterback. Am I crazy to be, interested in the Giants if Danny Jones is playing?
No, you're not, but he does suck as a home dog.
That's what I was about to say right there. Giants 4-15 ATS last 19 as a home dog, so I'm going to answer you. You helped me answer my own question there. But
I knew it was somewhere close to that.
It does sound like they'll get some receiver health back. Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, Ben Bredesen, and Kadarius Toney all practicing for the Giants and all expect to play. So that definitely helps. But, if it's Mike Glennon, no thank you.
Somebody who Tua needs on the field if he was to start. Also, breaking news, Devontae Parker still not practicing. Looks like he'll be out. So that receiver core continues to be banged up. So even if they do bring out Tua, I don't know that it fucking matters because how much can you really, truly trust him to roll out and to rush coming right off of IR? I would not, but hey, I'm not a head coach of an NFL. I'm just an analyst that sits on this side of the table and talks some
Jags
shit
going
about
Jags,
it.
dude.
But Jags going Jag. Jags going Jag. Either way, here we go. Next game up on Tizap. I haven't buried them all the way. Kansas City Chiefs at the Washington football team, game in Washington. Kansas City Chiefs laying 7 on the road, laying the touchdown. It was at 6.5. This boy has lost the hook in the wrong direction of where I was going to side. I was thinking about football team 0-3 ATS at home, 1-2 straight up at home. Chiefs 1-1 straight up and ATS at home, but we obviously know 1-4 ATS overall. Chiefs going Chiefs still, man. The problem is, I think, is the WFT is going to WFT.
Yeah.
And at some point in time, that defense is going to show up. I just don't fucking know when.
For Washington?
Yeah, for
right.
Washington. And sticking on that track, too, I think, before I get into that, I think Kansas City's defense is deader than dead. But I'll talk about that in a minute. Washington football team, man, we were so high on them
defensively,
weeks and weeks
and
and weeks.
the thing is that their offense has been decent too. Like if their defense came out and showed out how we thought, they would probably be 4-1, 5-0.
It's the deep secondary, is what it is. I
Chase
really
Young
watched,
has been a ghost also.
Yeah, but the thing
but you're
is,
not wrong.
The thing is that they can't generate any pressure, so it's really hurting that deep secondary. And I watched that game really closely on Sunday. I was like, are they just getting screwed here, or should I leave them alone? And man, oh man, I think I should leave them alone. 7 interests me, but especially with the Chiefs, how the Chiefs have been, they look all types of confused. It looks like Patrick Mahomes can't just run around in circles and put the team on his back as old and get the wins out and pull it out of his ass. I think some point in time that defense was going to get exposed, and I think we're seeing it here in 2021.
Yeah, I am more so on the side of at least not playing it for now. I have been, along with you, been advocating that the Chiefs defense is really bad. This is a spot, however, with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid together, that the Chiefs have actually been profitable. 5-2 ATS last 7 following a straight-up loss. So with some of that, I don't know, and this is even more so, I don't want to call it desperation necessarily, but I mean, they are 2-3 straight up. If I were to back the Chiefs, I think it would be this spot, but big, gigantic BUT, but I don't really want to back that defense because Taylor Heineke and that offense has been playing well enough, better than some of these other offenses that have taken care of the Chiefs defense, the Eagles more specifically, despite the 12-point loss there, so maybe it's similar to that. I don't know, but I think I have to sit on the side for now.
Over 55.5 worth a look?
I think so.
Not too bad. I think both of these teams get to right around 30.
Yeah.
28-30 kind of game, 58 points somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think that's a nice number to where it's not really a trap either.
No, I don't think so either. I kind of like the over with that being a touchdown spread. So maybe
interesting.
I haven't looked at that yet, but we'll see. WFT over 55.5. All right. Next game up on tap, the Cincinnati Bengals and the Detroit biting kneecaps, MCDC's Lions.
Interesting.
This one's very interesting because the Bengals come into Detroit as 3-point favorites, laying a field goal. Where's that split at right now, partner?
So it is at 63% of bets are on the Cincinnati Bengals, 54% of money. So the Lions getting some nice money on them, making it closer to 50-50.
So a little bit more of a sharp side on the Lions. They think they finally get one. Do the Lions finally get their first W? Are they the last winless team? As I do just a
Jaguars, I believe, as well.
Oh, Jags are as well. So do one of these? I don't think we both think that the Jags don't get the win this week. So do the Detroit Lions finally get one in the left side of the column?
Man, I am leaning towards I think so, but I just don't know, man. I like the Bengals enough. I do think it probably will be a close game. It also wouldn't shock me if the Bengals came out knowing what's at stake, knowing how hard the Lions are going to fight to get a win here.
Yeah.
Wouldn't shock me if the Bengals laid the hammer down either. So I don't know. because I feel like my judgment is clouded because I've never seen a case where the entire rest of the league wants an 0-5 team to win so bad with MCDC. I've never seen a coach in a terrible team like this that's been more beloved. So I can't tell if it's everyone just like wanting the Lions to win and willing that line to be as close as it is, or if the Lions actually have a shot. Because I think they have a shot, but I don't know, man. Are you leaning anywhere, or are you more so out of it?
I think I got to stay out of this one. I mean, the Bengals are 2-0 against the number at home, so if anywhere, that's worth a look. I think the Bengals can lay the hammer down. I just, man,
what if they get? Because I could see him losing on another heartbreaker and MCDC crying his eyes out again.
I think it could be even worse.
And if I take the plus 3.5, I wouldn't even feel good about winning if they lose like that.
It could be even worse this time. Yeah, it could be even worse this time around at the podium. That one might be worth, what do you call it, a stay away.
Maybe, I don't know.
Probably. Next game up on tap. Excuse me. Los Angeles Chargers at the Be More Big Trust. Whoop, whoop. Baltimore Ravens. Ravens 2-0 straight up, 1-1 ATS. Chargers 2-0 on the road. That was at home. 2-0 straight up on the road. 2-0 ATS on the road. 4-1 straight up ATS are the Chargers right now. Baltimore 4-1 straight up, 2-3 ATS overall. They've been pulling it out of their hats, if you will. I think the luck runs out at some point, but son of a gun, I've been saying the luck's going to run out for the last, I don't even know how long at this point. So is the luck truly going to run out? I don't know.
This kind of, I'm seeing this the wrong way. This kind of jumped out to me as like everyone's loving the Chargers, and maybe the travel across the country might affect them in this one. Have them a little slow with the Ravens now consecutive games at home off of a nice, huge momentum building win. The +3, I mean, you see the Chargers at +3, the way they've been playing, beating some damn good teams. And then, your eyes light up when you see that +3. So I'm wondering if that's the too good to be true line of the week or not. But it is very, very hard for me to say that I am fading the Chargers the way they look right now, the way I respect that coaching staff and their roster. So I'm actually kind of leaning towards Baltimore. I want to look into it more to see if there's aside from what I said as far as travel, to see if there's anything else jumping out to me there. But I'm honestly interested in the Ravens in this spot, partner.
Yeah, Chargers did not handle business going to the East Coast last year. They lost to Miami 29-21, and they lost to Buffalo 27-17. Both times failed to cover as 4.5-point dogs against the Bills and 1.5-point dogs against the Finns. This one sucks because my heart's in it right now with how well the Chargers have been treating me.
And so I have soft spots for Lamar Jackson and their offense, so I think that kind of balances it out, neutralizes it. But 93% of money and bets are on the Chargers so far.
Yeah, it's pretty big public side. I was thinking so, and with it being at 3, but you jumped at the 3 last week too. Is that going to be the setup for the Bills? The Bills and the Chiefs, they were at 3.
Oh yeah,
you jumped at it when it was that, and it was a great price. So I
don't know.
I don't know. I want
to look at it more. I'm leaning towards Ravens though.
Jinx, show me a soda, kid.
Ravens 5-1 ATS versus the team last 6 versus the team with the winning record.
5-1 last 6 versus team with the winning record. All right, well. We'll definitely look at it. We'll definitely talk about it. I don't know. It might be a stay away from me because I just like the Bolts too doggone much, and the Ravens have been upset central. Next game up on tap. Arizona Cardinals against the Cleveland Browns. The Browns laying a field goal at home in the dog pound. 2-0 straight up they are at home, but 1-1 against the number. Cardinals still the lone undefeated team in the league. 5-0 straight up now. They are 3-0 straight up, 3-0 ATS on the road. Getting 3 points with Kingsbury's success on the road as an underdog, with the way the Cardinals are looking, I do firmly believe that the Cardinals could have been put in the same category as the Cards gone card when it comes to ATS.
Okay.
Much like the Chiefs.
Sure.
Last year. Burned the hell out of us and so many other bettors.
Right.
I think the books are pricing them still like this because they're expecting them to burn bettors and burn the books at some point in time. And I just don't think it's going to happen this year. I think the Cardinals have finally put it all together. I think Cliff has the boys buzzing. I think it is go time in Arizona. I think they make a deep run. I think you have to take all 3 points. And I think even though this is in the dog pound, I think you got to take a little sprinkle on the money line too.
Okay. I'm more on the fence on this one. I as much as I said about the Chargers line being a too to be true, I'm wondering about this one as well with the 5-0 Cardinals. But like you said, maybe it is the books expecting them to burn us. And, I'm wondering, it did look like Kyler was a tiny bit banged up. Chandler Jones actually might be out of this game.
Okay.
Maybe the Browns defense has a decent answer for the Cardinals. That would be where I would be siding, because if the Browns don't have an answer for the offense, I don't think this Browns team, the way they're built, can get in a shootout the same way that like an offensive shootout, because the Cardinals version of that is pass all over you. And I don't know that the Browns, Chubb and Hunt, tearing you up to death. I don't think that can keep up with if the passing offense of the Cardinals can go high flying. Exactly. I do kind of think the Browns can hold them down, though, is kind of where I'm leaning, though.
Yeah, because the Cardinals have nowhere near the rushing attack to make it kind of like how the Chargers game was, to make it a back-and-forth shootout.
Like Browns-Chargers last week?
Yeah. So if Chubb and Hunt get moving, boy, for the Browns, then that is, child,
and
please.
Baker was looking better last week.
Starts.
Baker was looking better.
Not
better,
great, but better for sure. I still think that Labrum's an issue, and
I'm more so of a stay away here, and then the other things is Cardinals have been good on the road, 10-3-2 ATS last 15 as a road dog. Browns 10-28-2 ATS versus a team with a winning record last 40, which I guess kind of bleeds past the fans game Baker, but still.
Yeah, either way, I love Kingsbury on the road as a dog.
Okay.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We might have a play on it, we might not, but obviously a lot of question marks there for my partner. I'm leaning a little bit harder to the Cardinals as of now. Next game up on tap. I got to hear where you're at. Dallas Cowboys versus the New England Patriots. The Patriots are getting 4 points as a home dog, and total is currently set at 52 from an open of 48.
Down to 51.5.
Down to 51.5. So now has lost the hook back in the under direction, partner. Where do you find the value in this matchup?
It's tough, my man. This one is tough because as much as we've been fading the Cowboys, at least ATS, it seems like this is another spot where you should think about it. But man, is that line short, and man, is it going to be tough to trust the Patriots. But that's kind of where it's going. You think after what we've seen from the Cowboys, what the Patriots just showed us against the Texans, why isn't this at least a touchdown, if not more?
Yeah, it's a severe public bet. It's probably the biggest square bet of the week.
Well, why'd they could have put it at 5-6 and it would still be like that.
Yeah, it definitely would. I don't know why it's down to 4.
Because my issue is
because I want to slap the hell out of myself because I've been beating the drum.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are going to fuck up. The Cowboys are going to lose. They're going to fade. You're going to wake up on Monday morning and the sky's going to be falling in the star. And I keep looking like a jackass.
Yeah.
And I do not want to go over to the fucking star, play those assholes, and this be the time that they flub up and Mike McCarthy shows his true colors. I don't want to do that. But that's the side I'm leaning to. And it's even though it is a public site, it's drawn 80% over
87
80%,
now.
87% of money with
now.
fucking 82% of bets. It's public.
It is.
But it's Dallas or nothing in my mind, and I don't feel comfortable taking Dallas.
I don't want to take Dallas. I'm not going to take Dallas because that seems it's too questionable.
But I can't take New England.
I'm curious. I don't know that I'll make it a best bet, but I might have to take something. Patriots 10-2 ATS last 12 as a home dog. I tried to look if there was some weather. It seems to be a nice clear day on Sunday in New England, so I really don't know, man. Because I could see this being another one of these games where the Patriots were supposed to cover, but then something goofy happens, whether it's an injury or, a turnover that shouldn't have happened, and the Cowboys, instead of a 3-point game, ends up being a 10-point win for the Cowboys or something. Yeah. So I'm leaning towards Patriots with the goofy line, but I'm not. It's not as confident as we've been on some of these.
Yeah, that feels a hard lane because it jumped to me as the Cowboys because I think they're making it that low to try and get everybody like that. Oh shit, this line's. Oh, this is where the Cowboys fuck up and ride with the Patriots at that point in time, and I think that's what happens. But if it's Dallas or anything for me at this point, and I have been firm in my stance that I will not back Dallas. Though I think I'm taking a seat.
I think this is the week, then.
I think I'm
it's
taking
the
a
week.
seat. Holy shit!
I think it's the week.
If this doesn't tell you anything, this week is quite the week of NFL games. It's a tough one. I am actually working on my own model right now. I've been grinding out some power ratings, trying to kind of get a firm of a grasp of like what all that world entails. And like that is some in-depth, very, 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 very deep shit that takes more than just a few hours on a Tuesday night in order to build your own model. So I've been slowly but surely trying that. Something you got to work through in NFL season 2. I'm trying to track 2019 and 2020 numbers, 2020, 2021.
Right.
So it's going to take me a little while because obviously it would come fucking in handy in some of these doggone spots.
It
but
sure would.
There are a few key other places that I really like. ESPN Pick Center, too, this time of the year is really, really solid.
Okay.
I like them for college basketball as well. They do key rankings through... I know Number Fire. I can't think of who else they do the rankings through. Pretty damn spot on. They go through key stats as well, and then you can break down by matchup as far as like line movement and different things. I really like it for the NFL, but I love it for college basketball. The ESPN Pick Center. You only can get that Pick Center though if you do have an ESPN Plus subscription.
Right.
So get an ESPN Plus subscription. I mean, fucking $6.99, and I mean, you get.
Hey, it is climbing, dude.
It is climbing. Some bullshit. I signed up. It was $4.99. Hey, I think that company's doing all right. I don't know what the deal's going on, but hey, either way, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to break down Week 6. Next game up on tap. We only got 3 remaining. This one, Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football. The next game up on tap, my friends, is the dumpster fire that has now become the Las Vegas Raiders organization. I'll ask you a question in regards to that, though, partner.
Okay.
And then they're going up to the Denver Broncos Mile High Stadium, going to say, hello, how you doing, how you been? Now, I'm not going to ask you about the obvious and what everybody wants to know about, because we don't talk about that bullshit at this show. But what everybody else is really wanting to know about, us gamblers, us who care about the sport and not about all that other nonsense happening. Who's going to be the next head coach of these here Raiders, partner?
Boy.
Little Eric Bieniemy, Brian
Is there actual
Daboll.
like odds on?
Yeah, Eric Bieniemy, Brian Daboll leading the charge at plus 500. Joe Brady right behind them, plus 750. Other notable names at plus 800. Todd Bowles, Rich Bisaccia, and Lincoln Riley. Notable names at plus 1,000. Kellen Moore, Gus Bradley, Dabo Sweeney. And plus 1,200. Matt Eberflus, Matt Campbell, and Joe Lombardi.
What were the best 2 odds?
Best 2 odds were Eric Bieniemy and Brian Daboll.
What were the number, though?
Plus 500. And
both of them?
Yeah, both of those. And then plus 750 is the next best, Joe Brady.
Okay. I'm interested in Daboll at plus 500, my friend.
Most
at both of those 2 guys. Bieniemy, for sure, because he's been in the conversation for a while.
Most def.
And I know that a lot of people have wanted him to get a job. He is in Kansas City still, I believe. So, you know, sometimes those coaches, when they're in a situation like that, love to stay there because, A, maybe they don't want the full responsibility, or B, they're happy where they are, happy winning games with a team like the Chiefs. But Brian Daboll's been the hottest name for about a year and a half now, so I'm going to throw my throw my opinion on him because he has proven that he is a damn good coach. And a guy like that, what he's done with Josh Allen, if he can't fix, and I don't know what that fix is the right word for Derek Carr because he does show flashes, obviously, but if he can't make Derek Carr into a consistent Pro Bowl caliber quarterback, then I think the jury is officially down on Derek Carr as not a franchise quarterback.
Most def. And one name I did want to mention, Joe Lombardi, too.
Yeah.
I would really like to see Brandon Staley, Joe Lombardi, and Ronaldo Hill all stay together for at least 2, 3, 4 years. Get that offense and defense really clipping there in L.A. So hopefully he doesn't get scooped up. But another really solid name who's been doing some things offensively for a while.
Sure.
New Orleans and now doing it in L.A. So
well, the interesting thing, last thing, I don't think there will be too many positions open compared to a normal year. I mean, you have what we think as far as the Jags, and then aside from that, maybe Houston, depending on what. I mean, David Culley isn't the long-term head coach, but they might just be in for a tough rebuild here. Aside from that, I don't think there's going to be too many coaches losing their job right now.
I don't think so either, and we'll talk about the line here in just a second. Closing thought on the Patriots. Yeah, I do think that Mac Jones is going to have a tough day and a half. We didn't look back at that.
Yeah.
Tough day and a half against that Dallas defense. So,
Yeah.
again, Dallas or nothing. I don't know, boy. But the line for the Broncos in Mile High, they are laying a field goal and a half. I don't think that is enough here for the Raiders. I think that line is being made just off of what they have done. There is no win one for the Gipper factor. It is a dumpster fire and a half. I don't think that 7.5 would cover this one, but then again, then everybody and their dogs would be back in Las Vegas. So I believe 3.5 is a fair number. I believe this being in Mile High is just fine.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm over the moon about it, but just because of everything going on in Vegas, I don't think this number is set anywhere near high enough, and I think Teddy covers does just fine at -3.5.
Yeah, I like you. I'm not over the moon about it. I am interested in the -3.5 in Denver. I just, from what we saw against your Bears, the Raiders offense, man, I think we see very similar things here. I think the line being where it is, I don't think it's higher because obviously the Broncos offense hasn't been anything spectacular the last 2 weeks. I think it does enough, though, and they make things real messy once again for the Raiders. So I am interested in it. This is the game with the other referee trend. However, Ron Torbert and his staff have been a under 5-0 to the under. They, once again, that was the Seahawks-Rams last week. That one went easily under. This one set at 44. I am extremely interested in this under. I would have been interested in without that trend. I'm definitely interested in now. What about you?
I do think that is something to think about. The over right now getting 62% of bets, 99% of actual money wagered on the total. Can you say severe monetary liability? I like that early look here. Might be honestly a week to play some totals.
Maybe.
This is a tough week here, boys. We'll see. We'll see what all shakes out, what all ends up happening. But
last one, Broncos 12-5 ATS, last 17 following a straight up loss.
Okay, so I'm leaning Broncos and leaning towards the Unda.
Yep.
Next game up on tap. The Sunday Night Football game to remain here. This one pretty quickly. This is going to be another one. We're waiting probably till the Sunday afternoon, hammer anything in. But I am leaning Seattle at Pittsburgh, leaning towards the Seattle Seahawks, getting 5.5. As much as I say that, I think Geno can circle the wagons. I think some things can happen. I do think the Seahawks season is dead. I don't think they're going to do much as far as NFC West or any type of playoff hopes at this point. But I think Geno gives them a fighting chance and
makes it just close game. You think close game?
Yeah, and I honestly think I think there's shit going on in Seattle because like that Geno came in and like started to make that game close, started to make that game tight. Why did Russ look so bad for the first 2 quarters? It makes no sense, and that's where I'm leaning now. Being at Heinz Field, under 6, under 7, under a couple of those key numbers. As a gambler, you got to look at Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh's just been shooting themselves in the foot, left, right, and center. They did fucking look good last week. Claypool back healthy, that defense back healthy. Deontay Johnson looks like a stud if he can stay healthy on the field. I don't know, partner.
I'm closer to a stay away not to cut you off.
Yeah,
I am closer to a stay away. If it was, I feel good about the Steelers winning by 3 and no more than that. So I think I'm staying away. I am not that comfortable. I don't really want to bet on Geno Smith because I agree with everything you said. He looked solid. He did look solid. He had him back in that game. But I'm not going to make that basis for up against the Steelers defense, and I'm going to stay away. And I've still been very adamant that the Steelers offense and Ben Roethlisberger is dead, but he did look better. So I think I'm out on this one. I don't know if I'll be hammering anything in Sunday afternoon or not.
Yeah, this is going to be one. Like I said, definitely check our bet slips Sunday afternoon. We might have a play on this, but I don't know that I'm going to have a best bet coming out of this one. Again, nothing jumping out to me. Last but not least, make sure you hit that notification bell so you can come around for Monday's show when we talk about the Buffalo Bills and the Tennessee Titans. Nothing much to talk about them right now. Partner's got a few key trends. Too much doggone coffee for your boy here this morning. At Gum, Bills 2-0 straight up and ATS 4-1. That is on the road. 4-1 ATS and straight up overall. Titans 3-2 straight up and ATS with a 1-1 ATS straight up record at home. I got to look into what Vrabel is as a home puppy dog, but I don't think it's solid. I know it's not very good as a home favorite. Got to see what the Bills are under McDermott, Jimmy Christmas. Too many names thinking about here. At 5.5, how they are as a favorite. The Bills are fucking rolling right now. It's right under 6. I love them. I don't know. We'll save all that action for Monday's show.
Yeah, we'll save it for Monday. I don't know how I can personally bet against the Bills right now.
No,
However,
no, sir.
Titans 7-2 ATS last 9 Mondays.
Oof. You know I'm a homer for a fucking day of the week.
Well, especially for NFL on Monday and Thursday, that matters. So,
Yep.
But Bills 9-1-1 ATS last 11 following a straight up win of more than 14 points. So I think it's a tough one. I'm excited to talk about it on Monday because I am leaning Bills, but it's a handful of points for a team that's shown some life in the Titans over there.
Yeah, they're showing a little bit of life. Just I don't know if enough life to keep up with the buzzsaw that's the Bills right now. So. We'll see what happens. Hey, whoa, ha. Whew. That's the entire Week 6 slate at 11:01 p.m. Central Standard Time on this beautiful
PM?
Wednesday, a.m. Central Standard Time, October 13th, 2021. There you go. There you have it. Holy smokes. Now, we still got a little bit to talk about here. We still got a little bit to discuss. And before we get into some hockey. And a little bit of this, a little bit of that, partner... Let me get this actually off Tay's screen. Goodbye. No more Week 6 preview. It'll all be there until we smash some bets in on Friday's Pick Spectacular. But for now, let's get into the second half of the show, as always, with the first item on the list. Partner, anything burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul, you have been dying to get out to the kind folks that joined us on episode number 145 of this here TTL pod on this old gorgeous October 13th, 2021.
All right, my man. So we are in the MLB. I can finally give my unbiased opinion on the MLB. We've got 5 teams left. Not quite the full slate of 4. We've got a massive Game 5, obviously, tomorrow. Do or die, Dodgers, Giants. But both of us here, what is the current World Series pick now that we've got the Astros versus Red Sox and the Braves waiting these 2 Dodgers, Giants here? Where are you leaning for the World Series? Or just your favorite future here for MLB? If you'd like someone to just advance to the World Series.
It's a homer play, but it's a homer play and a half. But give me the Giants, man.
For the World Series?
Give me the Giants for the series. Okay. Give me it all, man. They look good. They look great. One final time for old Posey's ass. I mean, his knees are about fixing to blow out every time he's got to crouch behind the plate.
Yeah.
He's got about one of these runs left, and I think they got it for my boy KB.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be wearing my Bryant jersey as some good luck for the boys here over the course of the next few days. They don't play until tomorrow at like 6 o'clock, I think.
Something
6
like
o'clock
that.
Central.
Probably a little later.
Yeah, something like that. Either way, it's probably way fucking later than that. Maybe like 8 or 9. So I would lean Giants. Where are you leaning?
And this is less analysis and more, as far as the Giants, I'm interested, but I don't know. There's something going on with the Red Sox that seems like one of these Red Sox years, man. They get to the ALCS. They get through a fantastic team in the Rays. I don't know. That Astros team is looking like a potential buzzsaw right now, but I am leaning towards the Red Sox because there's not really any teams that have, in the past few years, obviously the Dodgers have a couple, but there's not really any teams that have like the 1, 2, 3 starting pitcher just buzzsaws that you are just like, okay, I feel pretty confident that at least 2 of these 3 guys are going to will this team into the next round. Obviously there's still damn good pitchers, but I think all these rotations are pretty close.
I think so, too.
And maybe the Red Sox have the disadvantage there, but it just seems like one of those years, man. It does just seem. But then again, the Giants, a decade ago, they had a 5-year stretch where they won three championships. So maybe it's one of their years. Maybe these 2 are meeting. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe Red Sox, Giants, but got to get through Game 5. The Giants, man. I don't know.
Yeah, that is intriguing. But, now that you say more and more about the Red Sox,
I just don't want Astros Dodgers again, dude.
Yeah, I don't need any of that nonsense. We don't need it was a COVID year. They need to come back and have another shot. Fuck that. I don't need any of that nonsense.
Can't
Fuck
stand
them both.
Astros.
Yeah. No, well, I know you can't stand them even more now. I'm sure that is feeling good on your end. Any
David Culley on Tyrod Taylor. He will not be available this week, but when he's healthy, he will be our starting quarterback.
Uh-huh.
But hey, if old Davey Mills puts together another performance in Lucas Oil and gets them the win, who knows, dude? Who freaking knows?
Who knows is right. Now, that's about it. Appreciate for your sidebar. Anything else there, a little
No,
MLB
sir.
wise?
No,
All right.
sir.
I appreciate you as
course.
always. Nothing else MLB wise. We do have that hockey.
Oh, we got that
tonight
hockey, baby.
Got the old 2018. Where's the patch here? Oh, the old 2018 Stadium Series. They're going on for you guys. Little blackout going on for Game 1. We did go through here for you guys, and we made a little parlay here today. Now, you can, as always recommended, take a little bit of sprinkle on these all boys straight up as well.
Sure.
Never a bad idea to do that, but we like a lot the Montreal Canadiens versus the Toronto Maple Leafs under 6 total goals.
Yes, sir.
Under 6. The New York Rangers versus the Washington Capitals. 2 ways you can either play this. You can hammer in, we both agree, the Washington Capitals. A little bit of funny line movement this morning. A little bit of nonsense. My partner hammered it in right before I did, so I took the under 6.5 in this game between the Rangers and the Caps. The under is getting 30% of bets, but 51% of actual money wagered on the total. So under 6.5 or Caps money line, whichever you feel comfortable with. Next one up, we have our beloved Chicago Blackhawks. Either way you want to play. I'm risky enough to play the Blackhawks money line. I got a straight play on their money line as well as their plus 1.5. And not to mention that you can put the plus 1.5 on the parlay, and it does not kill the odds.
No.
So Blackhawks plus 1.5, worth a straight up sprinkle on their money line. Next game up on tap, we got the Winnipeg Jets and the Anaheim Ducks.
Yep.
That game as well. We're going to take under 5.5 total goals in that one there.
Got a straight. I put that one as a straight as well. The under 5.5 in that one. Yep.
Absolutely.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, a lot. Both teams kind of struggled to score, and not to mention that both teams really don't have the worst defense in the league. So it's going to kind of be that keep away, goofy style offense.
2-1 max, maybe.
And I think that's all where it goes. Not a fun game to watch, but it's definitely going under. And then the other great one, kind of right where I put the Hawks, but a little bit worse in this matchup. So I like the plus 1.5 even more. I think they're going to be a lot like the Kraken this year, actually. Vancouver Canucks plus 1.5. So my partner didn't put the Canucks on there plus 1.5. He left those off. I went ahead and took the Canucks. So once again, under 6 in Toronto versus Montreal. Go Habitants. I wanted to take the Habs, but my partner talked me off the ledge. Under 6.5 in the Rangers and Caps, or the Caps money line. Chicago Blackhawks plus 1.5, or their money line as well. Under 5.5, Winnipeg Jets and Anaheim Ducks. And last but not least, the Vancouver Canucks plus 1.5. Hey, lock it in, hammer it home, sprinkle a little bit of dough down, whatever you need to say. Just make sure you get today's TTL parlay of the day and the straight plays as well, and whatever the current best line is on your favorite sports book.
Free plug, but you get a certain sports book with that parlay. You get
free plug to that
insurance.
old FanDuel Sportsbook there. If you are in a legalized state, you watch us. You can go to FanDuel Sportsbook, and they have any 4+ leg parlay for that old hockey with
Can't have
legs
any...
longer of plus 400 or longer, so plus 450, plus 500, plus 600, whatever. This one comes well within that.
About 1,000.
You get $25 or less back.
Right.
If they all hit except one leg.
Right.
So if you go 3 for 4 or 4 for 5 in this one, however you end up playing it, then you get your money back on that.
And it's can't do anything greater than minus 200. So if there's like a money line that's like minus 210, can't do it.
Yeah, we're getting really close to that. So that's kind of why I cited on some of the other sides there too. So something to think about. There you go. A little hockey plays. Make sure while we're giving out picks, hell of a time to tell you guys, follow us on the Action Network. You can catch me at cash_with_Colt. Riley is at RMags in all caps. And then you can get the TTL best bets when we are on business as usual days at Talking the Line. Pretty damn soon here. We're going to have business as usual every single day, Monday through Friday.
Can't wait.
We're going to have hockey. We're going to have NBA. We're going going to have college basketball, all obviously under a month now. College basketball, most importantly, under a month, under a week now for NBA. Hockey is here today.
Yes, sir.
Live and in prime time. We're ready to rock and roll. So we got all that coming to you guys. I personally, out of all of those, I cannot wait for college basketball, but I am looking real forward here to starting this early season handicapping some hockey. Been paying attention, keeping the eyes peeled, trying to start the year off hot here.
Most definitely. So, made a tiny bit of money last night. Got it off. In my case, got it off started right. So
sure enough,
can't shake a stick.
So most definitely. There you go. There you have all of that. More picks, more insights, more analysis, everything in between. Make sure you go and subscribe to our blogs. You can go to talkingtheline.com. You can hit that more tab. You'll see Colt's blogs and RMags blogs. You can write on that page, subscribe, put your emails in. As always, we will not send you any fucking spam. I promise you that we will not send you any spam, just our blogs. I send out the UFC blog every Saturday. Mags sends out his extra cheddar every Sunday, depending on game time, depending on the time he releases that bad boy. As well as we'll have some more coming out now with college basketball right around the corner, NBA, all that stuff happening now. We'll have plenty of other stuff coming out. So be on the lookout for that. Subscribe now so you get them right in your email inbox. We will not send you spam. Next reminder up. Content reminder before we close this show on out here for today. If you didn't know, I hope you know, if you're a fan of the old TTL Sports Media, just me and this guy sitting here, that is our brand, if you will. We got another show that isn't our daily live show, pre-recorded show, releases every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, the Wise Words Podcast, featuring one solo every single week, brilliant, sharp, electric, insanely knowledgeable human from the sports gambling world every single damn week. We had another electric guest.
Yep.
Philly man to the core.
Yep.
Cannot wait for you guys to get some of this. This one, we asked some new questions. Some of the same questions we've been asking. Good to get those opinions too, but some new questions we haven't had an opportunity to ask. So really, really great episode. Electric episode. We had some laughs. We had some good times as always. So make sure you guys get ready for that. Hit the notification bell as well. If you haven't already, if you're on YouTube, you can go to our playlist on our channel, Talking the Line Sports Media on YouTube. You can check that Wise Words Podcast playlist out. If you're listening to today's podcast via the audio on your favorite podcast directory, you can find the Wise Words Podcast there as well. If you type in Wise Words, there are a few other Wise Words or a Wise Word or something like that, but those haven't been active for like the last 5 years, and we're the only active one. So you'll see us right there, Talking the Line Sports Media, and go ahead, scroll on through, check it out, your favorite podcast directory as well. Brand new episode featuring, you're going to have to wait and find out at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time today, episode number 6. It's because of you guys that we're able to make these connections and bring this stuff to you. So we can't wait to keep going. We got rest of the month scheduled. Then we might take an episode or two break to dive into season 2 and find bigger, better, and bring back some of the previous guests already. So tune in for that. Dropping in 47 short minutes. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, leave us a comment, leave us a rating, hit that share button if you could be so kind. Whatever social platform you like utilizing, hey, send it on out there. Your brothers, your sisters, your friends, your uncles, neighbors, enemies, people who live on the opposite side of the United States as you, whatever you damn well please. If they're a degenerate and they like cashing tickets, hey, we already are a fan of them. So tell them to come on over and be a fan of us, because we'll have plenty of good vibes, plenty of ticket cashing, plenty of book bankrupting every damn day. Send it on over. We can't tell you how much we appreciate you guys when you do that. Also, if you're looking for more content, our social platforms, head on over to the Talking the Line link tree in this episode's description, or you can just go to talkingtheline.com, find everything TTL Sports Media, me and this guy right here. All that being said, anything late breaking, partner? Anything I missed? Anything we need to discuss?
I don't believe so. Slow news week. Well, I shouldn't say that. Slow news week as far as as far as player injuries and shit like that. Good grief, it is not a slow news week. Or at least there's still one story that's matriculating. But as far as the usual player injury and whatnot news, there is not much news so far this week.
Yeah,
my friend.
We don't cover that stuff, so I get where you were going there, my friend.
No news that we
All right.
cover.
Now, one thing we do cover, though, I cover. Make sure to dish out. Speaking of nonsense, insanity, negativity happening, I like to bring a little positivity, a little motivation, a little inspiration into your life. So before we get on out of here officially for the day, let me give you just a little bit of extra of that aforementioned jazz in, you know the drill, my motivation minutes. All right, kids. Super simple today. Very thought-provoking, but very simple. And it's my quote of the month. If you didn't read the description, as always, right around this time, maybe usually the first week, but this time it was the second week of the month. Quote of the month. And this month, my friends, on my calendar, I have written, be yourself in a world that's trying to make you someone else. Be yourself in a world that's trying to make you someone else, by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And when I stumbled upon that quote, I mean, man, hit me right in the chest. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, because there are so many forces left, right, and center trying to make you somebody that you're not, or tell you what you're supposed to be. And fuck, my messages for the last few days have been finding the true version of yourself and being who you need to be, and ways to get out of the anxiety, and that is finding the true version of you and not letting anyone or anything take that. And man, this is just so true, and it tied everything together. And I guess just kind of a reminder that no matter what's going on out there, no matter what social forces or this, that, and the third that's trying to tell you you need to be A, B, or C, or X, Y, or Z, fuck them. I mean, throw the blades. You know what I say, you know what we say on here. Life's too short, life's too precious to have to put on that mask that I talked about last week every single day. If you're doing that going into a job, if you're doing that going into a relationship, if you're doing that just going into any daily thing that you're going through or have to do or committed to, and you got to put on a mask and become somebody that you are not when you look in the mirror at the end of the night. If you're not that person in every single minute of your day, what are you doing? What's the point of even being around? You know, it's very, 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 very important to stick to finding the true version of yourself, because we all need to be different. We all need to have differing opinions, but we all need to be able to meet in the middle too. So just remember that you are unique, you are kind, you are loved, you are smart, you are important, and your voice matters. And you don't have to hold the opinions of everybody else. You don't have to be the same as everybody else. And you can chase your dreams. You can chase your passions, even if everybody's telling you it's the completely wrong thing to do. And it's kind of all the perspective I had. Just a little something for you guys to think about. A little quote of the month action. So closing it out one more time. Be yourself in a world that's trying to make you someone else. And that does it for my motivation minutes of the day.
Fantastic stuff, my man. Great stuff as always.
Appreciate ya. There we go. There we have it. Colt's motivation minutes. All right. Right at just a little past quarter past the hour. Just about time to get y'all out of here. Nothing else that I can see. Nothing else we need to mention. So let's get y'all on out of here the only way we know how. Ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers, far and wide, for myself and Mags, thank you so much for choosing to stop by episode number 145 of the Talking the Line podcast on this beautiful, so you don't have to check your calendar ever again or any more times as long as you watch the show, October 13th, 2021. We appreciate each and every one of you from the bottom of our hearts. We're only going to keep growing and grinding this TTL Sports Media rocket ship to the moon. We're just going to keep pumping out content. We're going to keep making those networks, sharing those connections with you guys, and just keep rocking and rolling. We do it each and every day for you guys. Get up excited to come put on a show for you, entertain you for a little while, get you some good vibes, and we can't tell you how much we appreciate you sharing your hard-earned time and energy with us. Appreciate the hell out of you. Love each and every one of you. All of you in the back, all of you in the front, all of you in the middle, everybody in between, far and wide. We hope you have a spectacular rest of your Wednesday, unless you have any other plans. Hey, lock in that NHL parlay tonight.
Let's do that hockey.
Let's do that hockey. Meet us at the pay window, and soon stay with us at the end of every single show. Let's cash some tickets. Go Hawks!